guys, it's Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just gonna chat with you guys while I fold my laundry. I actually got this idea from Blair Lamb. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. I watch her nonstop, and she did this type of laundry chat with me video, and I thought it was a really neat, down-to-earth way to just chat with you guys. So I have a fresh load of laundry to fold, and yeah, I'm just gonna hang out and talk with you guys. First off, I would love to know just how you guys are doing. I mean, this is just such a weird time, and yeah, it's been really different for me, especially. I love my Target runs, my Starbucks runs. I know that sounds so like, I don't know, cliche, but especially with a baby, those types of outings are kind of what I was living for. And having a newborn now, feeling like I'm trapped in the house can just feel really isolating. So I'm sure some of you guys are in some similar situations. Either you worked from home before, but now you're still working from home and you can't leave the house. And anyway, it's just a weird time. So tell me how you guys are doing. I genuinely want to know how you guys are. So the other thing I want to talk about is our Disney trip, you guys. I'm like so disappointed. The last video update I did about our trip was, at the time, we were still planning on going. Our dates were going to be May 16th through the 22nd, and when I filmed that video, we had only been in like quarantine for, I don't know why that has a quotation marks around it. We were in quarantine for about a week. And so, you know, I didn't really know how things were gonna go. Still, all of this was so new. And now that we're a few weeks in, I'm kind of starting to see now, you know what, this actually may be a while. This may be our new normal for many months to come. And I think when I filmed that video, again, we didn't know what this was gonna look like in the future. And so I had communicated that, you know, we're still planning on going on this trip and all of that. So where we're at now is that we have officially postponed our Disney trip. I'm so disappointed. So I ended up calling the agency that we booked Wyndham Bonnet Creek through, and they were able to issue me a full credit, which I'm so thankful for, and we can use that on a future trip. So I went ahead and just rebooked another week later on this year, just so we could have something on the calendar, because it's so sad to not have anything on the calendar when it comes to a Disney trip. So we went ahead and played it safe. Well, I hope it's playing it safe, and booked for December. So surely by December, I mean, surely, right, we'll be back to normal. So we do have our next Disney trip booked for December. So I say we canceled our trip, but it's really, we postponed it. And, you know, if all of this clears up sooner than December, you know, I would definitely be open to going sooner and still keep our December trip on the calendar, and then maybe just add another you know, shorter trip maybe in the fall sometime, and we'll just kind of have to keep that up in the air and just kind of, you know, tentatively be open to, you know, adding something else, because there's no way I can wait till December to go to Disney World, y'all. It's killing me. This is so hard. I was so excited about taking Ellie Rose to Disney World for the first time. You know, I had these, this is so silly, I had these really cute little monogrammed outfits for her, and of course with a baby the size is so specific to what season you're going, and you know, so she definitely won't fit into it past the summer. So that's such a small thing, I know, but you know, it's just one of those things. Every time I open her closet and I see those cute little monogrammed outfits that are Disney with like Minnie on them, and I just kind of get really sad looking at them. So that's kind of our Disney trip update. But the one thing that's fun about postponing is that you really do get to replan a whole Disney trip, you know? I mean, if we're going in December, we'll be there during Christmas time, and, you know, I mean, it's a totally different trip than if we were to go like we had originally planned in May. So instead of being there for Flower and Garden Festival, we'll be there for the Festival of the Holidays. Is that what it's called? I think so. Festival of the Holidays. You know, in Epcot, and it's just going to be a totally different trip, and hopefully more things will be open by then. You know, some of the projects that I know have been postponed. You know, I know the Ratatouille ride was supposed to open this summer, so, you know, I'm sure that's been delayed, so maybe that'll be open by, you know, winter. So I don't know, there's definitely some pros to postponing our trip, but this is definitely the longest that we've gone without going to Disney World in a really long time. And that part is really, really hard for me. So that's our Disney update. Officially canceled / postponed. I'm super disappointed, but I do know it's for the best. And, you know, even if they had opened April 1st, May 1st, I don't know if we would have gone still, especially when you think about us having a newborn. I just don't know if we would have felt comfortable going still, and I have to remind myself that, you know, it still wouldn't have been the best option for the dates we had originally planned. So that's basically the update on our Disney trip. So look out for our December trip announcement. It feels forever away, gosh, but it'll be fun to plan a whole new trip. And then if we do end up getting to go, you know, late summer or in the fall, it'll be kind of a sweet surprise, something that we're not anticipating to go, but it'd be really nice to squeeze in a shorter trip during that time. So that's my update for Disney. The other thing I'll talk about is our baby update, I guess. So Ellie Rose is 10.5 weeks now. She'll be 11 weeks this coming Thursday. So she's almost 3 months, which this actually has gone by really slow. Some people are like, oh my gosh, my baby's growing so fast, and time slow down. You hear all those things, and I'm like, can she please get out of the newborn stage? This has not been like a walk in the park, you guys. It's been really, really challenging. And, you know, I've been thinking about, you know, how do I talk about this on my channel? Do I make a whole video about how hard having a newborn is? Like, that's not a super fun video to click on or watch. But it's been really, really hard, very emotional. Thankfully, I haven't experienced any postpartum depression or the baby blues or anything like that, but I still have had days where it's emotional. The one good thing has been she has actually started sleeping from about 7 o'clock. We'll put her down between 7 and 8, and she'll sleep a good 5 or 6 hours. This is brand new, you guys. This is within the past week and a half. She's been doing this consistently, and it's been really awesome. So, well, I know every family kind of has whatever works for them is kind of what you do. I believe there's no right or wrong. If you're a mom, whatever you do that's best for your baby makes you an amazing mom. So what we have found that works for us is I put her down in her crib at 7 o'clock, and she's not sleeping the whole night in her crib. Granted, we move her in later on, but at 7 o'clock, we put her down in her crib, and that way we don't feel like we have to tiptoe around her when we're getting ready for bed later in the evening. So that's kind of why we moved her into the crib, because we felt like we were waking her up when we would go into the bathroom and brush our teeth, and we're whispering don't wake up the baby, so this way it allows her to get that full 5 to 6 hour stretch until we move her in here around midnight. Usually between midnight and 1, she'll just naturally wake up on her own, and so then that's when I feed her and then move her into the bassinet in our room, and then she'll spend the rest of the night in the bassinet, and then she'll wake up every 3 hours, on the dot. I mean, sometimes it's weird how on the dot it is. I have an app on my phone. I use the app called Baby Tracker. It has been so helpful using this app, because I don't have to think about, okay, when was the last time I fed her? How long has it been since her last nap? This is her 1 hour of awake time. It's been, I just want to have it all mapped out, and having this app has really, really helped me to not have to really think about it. She wakes up every 3 hours on the dot after that midnight feeding. So it is nice. We kind of get the evening, we'll cook dinner, watch a movie, you know, have a glass of wine. And so that's really nice. We get to have, you know, our evenings kind of uninterrupted. I say uninterrupted. We go in several times if she kind of starts stirring to pop her passy back in, but she's like down for the night. So that's been really, really nice. But then after that, I mean, it is like, if we feed her right at midnight, then it is 3 a.m., like 3:01, she will wake up ready to eat. So that is nice that I can kind of anticipate how her nights are gonna go. So that part has been nice. You know, of course, we're still not really sleeping through the night, which I know is very normal for you know, 2.5 month, 3-month-old. But it is nice to feel like our nights are a little more predictable now, that knowing that, okay, she goes down at 7, she'll sleep till, you know, between 12 and 1, and then she's up every 3 hours after that. Sometimes she'll have a 4-hour stretch. There's been a couple nights where that's happened, but overall, she is very predictable. And then same thing with naps during the day. She has been napping in her crib, which has been really great. You know, I feel like we've kind of hit a rhythm with nap time and just during the day piece of it. She's down for her nap right now. So, you know, now's the time where I'm like, quick, like fold a load of laundry. And so I thought, oh, well, this is perfect. I can film a video at the same time. So that's been really, really awesome that she has a little bit of a routine. It's a very loose schedule. So I take my cues from her. You know, if it hasn't quite been, you know, 1 hour of awake time, I don't force her to stay up. If she's ready for a nap after 45 minutes of awake time, then I'll go ahead and put her down. So I definitely take her cues, and then sometimes she'll have a good 1.5 hour nap and won't wake up once. And then other times she will have a 30-minute nap and then cry the rest of the hour that she should be napping. So, you know, I mean, she's definitely still a newborn. You know, we definitely still have afternoons like that. But it's nice that I can predict that, though. I think that's the piece that I had to get in the mindset of, you know what, this is how my days are gonna go now. And my day revolves around her and her nap and eating schedule. You know, it's not me setting my, okay, from this time to this time, I get to do, you know, this, and this, and she needs to be napping. Like, you know, I think I've let go of the idea that that's how my day is gonna go. And I think the moment that I just embraced that my day revolves around her and what she needs and what, you know, if she wants to nap, if she doesn't want to nap, if she's ready to eat, if she, you know, it's all about her. So I know that seems like such an obvious thing, but I think every new mom has to kind of come to that conclusion on their own that, you know, your day doesn't really revolve around your schedule anymore. You can make a schedule, but it's not really gonna, you know, be completely structured. Another thing I was gonna share with you guys is I have actually officially started my postpartum fitness journey. So I have committed to a meal plan, a workout plan, I mean the whole thing. And I did this last spring, actually before I got pregnant, and I ended up losing, I've never shared this before. I don't want to be that person that talks about weight or anything like that, but I'm super proud of myself. Last year, I lost 25 pounds last spring, and I really believe it played a huge role in me getting pregnant. Instead of just eating junk and sitting around all day, I started working out and actually giving my body the fuel that it needed. And 2 months later, I got pregnant after trying for almost a year. So I can't help but think that implementing some really healthy lifestyle pieces really contributed to why I got pregnant 2 months later after trying for a year. So I know what works for my body based on last year, losing all that weight and just honestly feeling the healthiest that I've ever felt. And so I'm basically just gonna repeat that. And I have an awesome health coach. She is seriously amazing. Shout out to Emily. But it's seriously been amazing. So it's taken some time to kind of ease back into it. I definitely haven't been able to kind of just like cut cold turkey, like all of the habits that I had this past year. I pretty much spent my entire pregnancy just eating whatever I wanted. And sometimes it was healthy, sometimes it wasn't, but I really wasn't being intentional with what I was giving my body. And that's the biggest piece that I want to change. And then of course, implementing workouts. But even that's been challenging because of how hard my pregnancy was. If you followed any of my first, second, really my third trimester video, then you know some of the struggles I faced with pregnancy. And it's really caused some, I don't even know how to describe it, like almost after effects of the healing process of postpartum. And it hasn't just been, you know, me snapping back into daily activity. You know, I still feel very limited by what my body's able to do with my pelvis and my pubic bone. I just have more limitations than I had before, and things are just still healing. And I thought, you know, okay, oh yeah, I'll give myself the 8 weeks, I'll be good to go. But I'm realizing that it's gonna be a little bit more of a journey than 6 to 8 weeks of healing. I'm having to just give my body grace and be okay with where my body's at. And I think that's been the hardest piece, knowing that, oh, I could do this workout last year, but I can't do it this time. Like my body just doesn't move that way. And, you know, doing lunges, or I'm trying to think what else, any kind of move with your pelvis. If you're like laying on your side and you're trying to like lift your leg up like this, like there's no way I could do that. I'm in so much pain. So, you know, not pushing myself to be like, no, you can do it, you know, but giving my body grace and knowing that it's okay to not be able to do that, you know. I am really excited to really just go after it and kind of start over. It's kind of how it feels, just starting over with where my body is in a totally different place and committing to my nutrition. And, you know, it's something that I'm really, really passionate about, but I'm definitely having to ease into it, especially with those eating habits. It wasn't something that I was just able to jump into overnight. You know, it's something where slowly each week I was gradually able to implement different things, and to where it just became my new normal. So that was kind of how I did it last year. And, you know, I think this year is going to look similar, but also different because I just had a baby and I'm still recovering from a C-section. And, you know, it just looks different. So that's kind of where I'm at with my postpartum fitness journey. And yeah, so I think that's all I have to share for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this laundry chat with me. Oh, I have one more thing to fold. I gotta finish the one last thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. I know it was just really like casual and relaxed. So let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed if you are not already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.